All right, guys, good to see you guys here. We are officially starting the recording. Not sure what date or the time that it is, but it is another next level group chat recording. So today, guys, I want to show you guys one of my message negotiation conversations of a deal that I closed, just because we haven't done one of these in a while. And I like to do some of mine every now and then. We like to do message negotiations from other members, but I like to show you mine just because there's usually sometimes weird little lessons or little subtle things that we can pick up on that might be good just kind of for everyone to see. This was a lead that I closed. The phone, the profit was about, I think it's actually a little bit more now. I think it's about 180 or 190 on a used phone. So I just want to share with you the convo, and I want to show you guys some of the challenges that I went into or that I faced, and I want to show you guys how I kind of overcame that. That's the correct way to say it. One, two, three. Let me finish organizing these chats though, so I can just pull it up. 7, 6. And then will be 8. All right, guys, well, let's get to it. So, let's pull it up. Let's pull up everything. I just wanted to make all the combos so I could go through it, and I wasn't searching for it like a crazy person. So why do we do message negotiation? What's the point of message negotiation? Why do we do message negotiation? Guys, why do we even do any of this message negotiation? Why don't we just send out an offer to the customer? If they accept it, they accept it. If they don't accept it, they don't accept it. We got the money. Customer's fault anyway. And why don't we just suggest a meetup? And if they like it, we'll take it. And if not, too bad for them. They lost out on a deal. I had their money and the customer couldn't figure out how to meet up with me. So that's, sucks for the customer, right? I'm the big shot. I'm the phone flipper and I got a big ego and I'm making no fucking money. The reason that we do this is because it's our job to overcome the customer's objections. It's our job to control their emotions. It's our job to always be pushing for the meetup. It's our job to lead the conversation because we are phone flipping professionals. Because even though it sounds kind of basic, if we don't do these things, they will go find someone else that has good negotiating skills, that knows how to, when the customer gets pissed off, bring them back down and bring them back to reality. They know how to stay in the conversation, and they'll start making all the money, and then that phone flipper will start losing money. Lots of phone flippers in my area that were making great money before I got into business, and now they're not doing too good because I took a lot of their customers because they don't really know how to communicate effectively. And it's not really, a lot of the message negotiation, as you guys know, is not really hard stuff. It's just kind of being aware of some things. Like, if it takes us a few hours to message a customer back and we say, sorry, just saw this, that's not really hard to do, right? I mean, you could correct me if I'm wrong, right? I like feedback. It's not really hard to do, but just kind of having the understanding, oh, okay, I see why we do this. It's good customer service, right? It's, it's good customer service. And what's nice about this is you can take this stuff, once you know this stuff about message negotiation, you can apply it to other stuff. Some of you guys see the other business I am working on my story, and I've applied these same things to dramatically improve the customer service that I'm dealing with customers over there. I got to do the same thing. I got to calm them down. I got to figure out where they are emotionally. I got to feel their emotions through the message. It's the same sort of thing. So that's why we do this. The big benefit of this, of course, is because a lot of people, they don't understand all these small micro things. So when you get good at understanding all these things, there's a good chance you'll notice your sales go up a whole lot. In the beginning, it's a pain to learn this stuff, but once you learn it, making money becomes easy. Making money becomes easy. Making money becomes easy. Like, I don't really, you know, like it's like the last year and a half, I've just been kind of cruising. I picked up those 3 items. I found someone to pay more. So instead of making $380, I'm making closer to $500 in profit on those 3 items. Just easy. I'm saying the same stuff. I'm doing the same thing. I'm always leading by asking questions. I'm doing all the other stuff. So in the beginning, this can be kind of tough, but as long as you're taking consistent, massive action. Now, if you're not taking action and you're not learning this stuff and you're not being consistent, that doesn't have anything to do with me. That's something to do with you. But as long as you're doing this stuff, you'll get these things. I see people, they pick this stuff up in a couple months. I'd say 2 to 4 months if they're taking the right amount of action and they're being consistent as they need to be. And they just kind of cruise. They just kind of cruise, right? Because they understand the best place to come from for getting the most amount of deals. Now, can you get deals if you're not leading by asking questions? Can you get deals if you're not trying to solve the problems for the customer? Could you get deals by just, upping up your ad spend, getting a gazillion leads, and then not having to negotiate with them at all? Well, yeah, of course you could. Of course you could. But then you're going to be working a lot more, and you're going to be passing up on a lot of deals. And the kind of deals that I like are some of the ones where things aren't figured out right away, and I got to kind of maneuver my way through it because I know that the other phone flippers in the area, they don't have the skill set. They can't do this. So if they sell to me, there's a good chance they're going to keep coming back to me over and over and over again. And then you build up a nice little database of repeat business. You consistently put up ads and you cruise and you make the money you want to make. Now, I know not everyone here wants to make $100,000 a year in profit or $150,000 a year in profit phone flipping working part-time hours. There's other people, they're comfortable just, working a few hours a week and making some extra money. There's people that are comfortable working like Brenda. Brenda came on the group chat. She doesn't need to make a gazillion to gazillion dollars. But Brenda's still got this stuff down. Brenda works about 2 hours a day, Monday through Friday. She takes the weekends off. She works about 10 hours a week. And if you listen to what she said on the group chat we had where she came on a couple months ago, she's been making about $2,000 a month in profit for a couple years. That's pretty good. That's an average of $50 profit for every hour that she's investing into this business. And it's not a fluke because she's been doing that for a couple years straight. That is fantastic. When you get this stuff down and you understand all these principles, you can just say, all right, if I want to work a little bit more, I can work a little bit more. But, if I want to just work 2 hours, Monday through Friday, take the weekends off, and make more than what I was making when I was working at T-Mobile, making more than minimum wage, and I was working full-time hours, Brenda's definitely not working part-time hours. It's great. You got the skill set and you can cruise. And the business isn't going anywhere. We know 5-10 years from now, people are still going to have electronics. People are still going to want to sell it. It's great. That's what's great about this. So with that said, let's go ahead and dive right into it. So the first thing, guys, oh, man. Oh, boy. I shouldn't even ask this question. Let me see if there's a way that I could avoid asking this question. Oh, boy. Well, I got the pain dealt with. Sam just sent me everything already. All right. Probably best I got that out of the way. Probably best that I got that out of the way. Because I would have had anxiety over it. And I would have been nervous. And I would have afraid that my computer would freeze. Because, Sam still hasn't got me new internet like he promised he was going to do. Or maybe he didn't promise he was going to do it. Maybe I just assumed that he was going to do it. It might have been the second one, my friends. So let's look at this. We got, guys, I'm getting hungry. We got RWOCM. Now, what's RWOCM? RWOCM is we are going to lead the customer through RWOCM. So the customer reaches out to us. We're going to figure out what they have. We're going to make them an offer. We're going to make them an offer. We're going to make them an offer. Then we're going to go for the close, and then we're going to go for the meetup. I stole this directly from that $2,000 program that one guy has, a straight line persuasion course. So he says that, we start off here, And the negotiating is always about getting an end result. So let's say that me and who am I hanging out with next? Who am I hanging out with next? Who am I hanging out with next? Let's say that me and Arthur are getting some tacos. Me and Arthur are best friends. George came with us. Aloha Electronics. We're all four of us are getting together. We're gonna get some tacos. But we're friends. So, we're gonna get some tacos, and for the whole hour we're hanging out, we're catching up, we're asking each other questions, but there's not really an end result. It's not like I'm trying to get an end result from talking to George. I'm not trying to get an end result from Arthur. I'm just hanging out with these guys and kind of catching the breeze with them. Message negotiation is different. It's about getting an end result. The customers, they don't want to talk to us. They want to get back to their family, to Netflix, to drinking kombucha, to eating ice cream, whatever it is that people do. And they want to get something for their phone. They're here to complete something. So RWOTS, whatever it says, it stipulates that we are kind of moving the customer through a process. And that's what the customer wants. It's just like if we go to the doctor's office and we're going to see Dr. Galen. So we walked in the doctor, and Dr. Galen's sitting there, and Dr. Galen's like, wow, you don't look too good. And I'm like, yeah, Dr. Galen, I got 108-degree temperature. My skin is peeling off of my face because I'm so hot. That's that. And Galen's like, wow, yeah, don't get too close to me. You might have something. And I'm like, okay. And Galen's like, well, what do you think you have? Eventually, I might get a little upset with this doctor because I went to the doctor's office to complete something. I'm on a mission. I have maybe the coronavirus, and I need the doctor to diagnose me and say, Aaron, you have the coronavirus. Aaron, you're just a little stressed out. You haven't picked up a phone in 6 hours. Whatever it is, I'm there to get an end result, and then I'm there to leave. If I go see Dr. Galen again, and Dr. Galen welcomes me into the office, he starts asking me questions. What kind of symptoms do you have? Have you thrown up at all? Tell me how else you feel. Let me take your temperature. We're going to diagnose you. And then after Mr. Dr. Galen diagnoses Aaron, then he prescribes me something, and then I can go on about my day. I'm at the doctor's office to get an end result. The customer is communicating with us to get an end result. Damn. Galen's been growing. He's sending me the invoice right off the bat. Okay. All right. I'm surprised I didn't get a notification of my PayPal, which would have been totally fine because I am all pro asking for money. Now hold on, Sam. I don't know why you gotta say stuff like this. Okay, we don't have to say stuff like this. So Sam said he should have charged more. So that's the point of this. We're moving them through a process. We're going to make sure we're good negotiating. We're going to talk to them real simply. I'm not going to ask them things. I'm going to send one idea per message. One idea per message. I send one idea per message. Any problems with the phone? Any problems with the phone? Okay, great. And the idea, which company it's with. Aaron, why do I send one idea per message? Well, if you ever ask the customer, okay, great. What gigabyte is it? Tell me the color and what company is it through? And you ask a question where the customer has to answer 3 questions and the customer only answers 1. It's 64 gigabyte, I think. Guys, whose fault is this? Whose fault is this? Whose fault is it? I asked the customer 3 questions in 1 line, and the customer only answered me 1 question. Now I got to go back and ask the customer 2 other questions. That makes me seem a little bit needy because I got to repeat myself. And the customer might feel kind of dumb because they might be like, oh, he already asked me that, and I forgot that he asked me that. So now I feel kind of bad because I feel kind of dumb because I should have seen that already. Guys, that's my fault. That's my fault. Because I, as the phone flipper, am not communicating effectively to the customer. It's my fault that I didn't word my questions in the best possible way so it was the easiest for the customer to see, understand, not be confused about, not think that much and answer. Are we all on the same page with this? If I say stuff that I think the customer should get and the customer doesn't get, and the customer gets a little frustrated and they go message another phone flipper that communicates with them effectively, doesn't make them feel stupid, brings them back into the conversation when they got a little aggravated and then closes the deal. The phone flipper made that money, and in that situation, I would have lost that deal, and that would have been my fault because I didn't pick up a phone and I didn't control my emotions and I didn't put my ego in check. We're all on the same page with that. Then there's a bunch of other things. Leading with asking questions. We always lead by asking questions. Why? Because we got to figure out what's going on. What's the customer have? We don't know. We have to ask questions. Guys, let me ask you guys a question. Customer says, customer, iPhone, XX Max, and it's unlocked. Let's say that I'm not sure what they mean by it's unlocked. Or I want to question this. What's something that I could say to figure out what they mean by unlocked? Aloha says ego's huge. Keep getting these weird notifications. Oh man, I'm getting a match. I just got a raise. Oh, thank you, Sam. Thank you, Sam. All right, guys, I don't know what they mean by unlocked. Now, Sam said this perfectly. Unlocked for use with any company or iCloud unlocked. Michael said this perfectly. What do you mean by unlocked, right? Guys, what do I mean by unlocked? Is it iCloud unlocked? Do they mean it's carrier unlocked? What exactly do you mean by unlocked? That would be perfect. Mind if unlocked. What do you mean by unlocked? Customer, I removed my iCloud, so my phone is unlocked, ready for you to put your iCloud on it. Guys, look at that. By asking questions, we can uncover things we don't know about. This is something I see a lot of beginners kind of, they're not struggling with, they're kind of learning, because I had to learn it as well. We all learn this. We all have to learn the same stuff with this. It's if the customer ever says something to you and you don't know what it is, ask them a question. Ask them another question about it. Make sure we're wording it easily for them. Don't give them 1,000 different choices, because that would violate the other rules that we have in the short 6.5-hour training inside Next Level about message negotiation. But what do they mean by unlocked, right? What do I mean? It's very, very good. Very, very good. Very good. So you guys got that. I'm very proud. This is good. So let's go ahead and look at this combo that Aaron had. Guys, this is with a repeat customer. This one's with a repeat customer, but as you guys know, repeat customers, you got to kind of do the same thing with them. Aaron, he told me his name. How much for an 11 Pro Max? 11 Max Pro. I said, hey. I think above he said, hey. I'm not 100% sure. I think he said, hey, Aaron, I'm not 100% sure. I said, hey, any problems with it? So what are we doing right here? We are, and guys, let me make sure you guys can see the message negotiation chat, right? Sam, I got 8 other screenshots saved. I blew it up so we could all see this. Hold on, my friend. We're getting to it. Guys, this is the thing, right? This is the thing, right? Oh, Sam was making a joke because he might have said, hey, above. Okay. Well, guys, I got like 8 other messages of this. What? Guys, what was I asking? How much for an 11 Pro Max? Guys, let's say any problems with it. Any problems with it? What am I doing? I'm taking control of the convo, and I'm leading by asking questions. I need to get the details of the phone so I can figure out the type of phone it is so I can appraise and make an offer. Hey, any problems with it? Now, I'm not going to get into, thanks so much for messaging me. I hope your day's doing good. Did you end up getting your porch worked on? Did the strike end at GMC? None of that stuff. Small talk's good for face-to-face selling. Message negotiation is about being right to the point. Guys, why can someone show me some proof in the beginning part of this message that shows that the customer wants to get right to the point? They don't want to make small talk. Thanks so much for messaging me. Guys, it's too much. Too much. What is something that we could see? What's something that we could see? Man, you guys are getting good. They asked how much the first line. They're reading in the details. That's something I should have done with what Sam messaged me with the LOL. I should have seen that the LOL was a message, was a joke. Looking at these little details. He asked how much for an 11 Pro Max. Absolutely. Aaron, this is so-and-so. He wants to get right to the point. So guys, if the customer gets right to the point, and I say some stuff, hey Max, how's it going, man? How are you? Thanks for hitting me up again. I greatly, truly, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I spelled that right, guys. No need to spell check. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Guys, if I say this to the customer and they are right to the point, you guys see how this comes off a little bit needy? This comes off a little bit needy. I'm a little bit needy. I'm a little bit desperate. And then the customer's in a position of power, and then they're usually tougher on price. Some phone flippers don't understand it's because they're not using good communication strategy that actually creates tougher customers. If you come off as too needy and the customer feels that, the customer, this guy, holy shit, this guy like really, really, really wants my phone. You know, I would have been happy with a lower offer, but let me see if I could squeeze a few more dollars out of him. Very powerful. Very powerful. I'm just going to call the guy Max. Aaron, this is Max. How much for an 11 Pro? Hey, any problems with it? I'm getting right to the point. No, only had it 2 weeks. I still got it in a case and screen protector on it. Okay, cool. Any idea which company it's with? Guys, what am I doing here? I asked one question. That was 4 words, short, right to the point. And then I say, okay, cool. Any idea which company it's? I ask another question, 4 words, easy to understand, not being real long. I'm being right to the point, and I'm leading by asking questions. Now, the next thing, let me look at my cheat sheet here, my friends, is number 3. Number 3 is, yeah, it's Mind Spectrum. Okay, cool. I can give you a 360 for it. Now, we're just going to go look at Zellphone sheet just because it's, you could sell to anyone. Let's look at Zellphone sheet. An 11 Pro Max, Zellphone's buying them for $530. Zellphone's buying them for $530. So let's get out the calculator. Let's get out the calculator. And $530 minus, what did I offer? $360? Guys, that's $170 in profit. $170 in profit. I'm pretty comfortable. In the beginning, I was only comfortable making about $50 a phone. Then I got outside my comfort zone and I offered a little bit less so I could make $60, $70, $80 a phone. Then I got more comfortable and I offered less and I got comfortable making $100 a phone in profit. Pulling a Mr. Anthony, because Anthony is all about the 100. Then I pushed myself and I got a little bit more comfortable going for 120, 130, and this one's at 170. This one's at that 170. This one's at 170. So I'm offering a little bit less. I'm offering, guys, I would be happy making $100 profit, but I decided to offer it to where I might be able to make 170. Why is it good to do this? Why is it good to do this? Aloha says you got to have standards. If I don't make my bare minimum, I pass on it. I don't lower it for anyone, and I'm 100% the same way. If I don't make a minimum as $100 profit on a medium high-end phone, I won't fucking touch it. I don't want anything to do with it. I bought that iCloud Lock watch yesterday, it was not an iCloud Lock watch. It was a Apple Watch with a cracked screen. I bought it for $50. They're going on eBay for $150 to $160. I'm not going to make $100 on that, but that's not like more of a premium item. That's more of a lower end item. In fact, to be honest with you, even though I should make about $80 in profit, I'd be happy making closer to $70 or even $60 in profit on it. But it's good to make yourself a little uncomfortable and offer a little bit less, because a percentage, it'll give you room to negotiate, as Deb says, and they might just accept it. They might accept it, as Michael said. Would someone in the chat let me know the most amount of profit you've ever made on a single item before? Would someone let me know in the chat the most amount of profit you've ever made on a single item before? Would someone let me know in the chat? Sam says he made around $450 in profit on a single item. Mr. Poblin, the one and only, $300. Brenda, who does this part-time, $250. Deb, $200. Michael, $350. Ryan, $200. Dang, hold up now. Eric, woo! Eric, about $500 in profit. Single item, $500 in profit. Dang. Ryan, $525. David Kennedy, $400. Galen made $490 on a MacBook. Well, Galen is a doctor, so, I guess, kind of makes sense. I totally understand. Ryan, dang, Eric. See, guys, this is fantastic. Guys, let me ask you guys a question. When you made that offer, were you a little bit nervous because it was kind of like an Illuminati lowball offer? Was anyone here a little bit nervous making that offer because it was a little bit of a lowball offer? I got yeah from Brenda, yeah from Deb. Sam gave me the D. Galen said fantastic. Sam's a boss, okay. I always lowball. I just send it. Look at that. And you guys see a low odd. Dude, that man does not mess around, on top of his A game. Kobe made $600 on MacBook. Walk away, negotiate. I love that. Guys, $600, that's great. Well, let me ask you guys a question. If you were a little bit nervous, you made the offer and they accepted it, you got the item, you might have been, was anyone here a little surprised going to the meetup? They're going to flake, it's going to be cracked, it's going to be a lower eye, and you get there, and everything checks out. You get the item, you sell it, and you make that money. How does it feel when you make that $200, $300, $400, $500, $600 in profit on a single fucking item? What does that feel like when you step outside your comfort zone and you push yourself and you make a little bit more than you expected, and you walk away like you are the fucking man or the fucking woman, you are the boss, you are on top of your A game? Dang, Matt made $1,381 on the top of the line MacBook and i9. Guys, that is enough to pay all my bills for like a very, very much amount of time. Guys, so the reason I share this with you guys and the reason I'm harping on it is, A, there's nothing I like more than seeing you guys win. So I like seeing this because this gets me pumped up. And the other reason I share it with you guys is you guys see everyone else winning. I challenge people on here, when you're making these offers, push yourself. Even offer a little bit less. Now, you don't have to be doing crazy stuff like making a gazillion dollars like Matt, even though it would be highly recommended. But maybe you're used to making $70, $80 on an item. Maybe this week you say, you know what? I'm going to make sure I'm going to offer another $20, $30 lower than what I usually offer. Maybe if you have more experience, maybe I'm going to offer another $30 or $50 lower than what I originally offer. Push myself outside my comfort zone, because there's always a percentage of people that will accept it, and you don't have to get too many of there's always room to negotiate if they say no, and you don't have to get too many of these people where you're making $152, $300, $400, $500 on items to be doing pretty good. The other thing is, you say, Matthew made $1,381 on, it wasn't a phone, guys, it was a MacBook. It was a MacBook. The top 2 most profitable items we got, single profitable items, were on MacBooks. There's another hidden lesson in this, which might be if you're not going after MacBooks, might be a good idea to go ahead and start going after MacBooks. Might be a good idea to start going after MacBooks if you're not going after MacBooks. Sam made $219.22 on a MacBook this week himself with no battery or HD. Just this week, guys. So just putting it out there. If you're not advertising for MacBooks, might be a good idea to consider adding that to your repertoire. All right, guys, we're going to keep moving forward. I just try to point out different things that hopefully kind of get some wheels turning, because I want to see everyone here making a bunch of money, working part-time hours so you guys can live the life you want to live because you deserve it. Other people aren't on this group chat. Other people aren't watching the replay. Other people don't want to improve your life. You're willing to get good at a skill set. You deserve to make great money working part-time hours because you're willing to do what most people aren't willing to do. Most people aren't happy with their life. They don't do anything about it. Go next level, coming on the training, you're implementing, you're doing stuff that makes you uncomfortable. Guys, those 3 items I picked up today that I should make about $500 in profit on, it was from a brand new lead that I posted in the group. I'm nervous. Guys, I'm driving a half an hour, and I'm anxious, I'm nervous, I just get uncomfortable, but I do it anyway. I do it anyway because I want the money, and I want the freedom that making great money working part-time hours comes with. So I said, okay, sounds good. It took him a little bit to get back with me. He goes, hey, Aaron, this is Max. Do you still want to do the phone thing? I had the 11 now. I have the 11 Pro Max. So that was number 1. Or that was number 3. So let's go to this one. So we're going to do good follow-up. I say, hey, what's up, Max? And of course, sorry, I just now turning on my phone. It was 1 o'clock. It took me a little bit. Sorry, I just now turning on my phone, sending that message. When did you want to meet? What are we doing here? Lead it. First of all, guys, he accepted the offer. Woohoo! 170 in profit. When did you want to meet? He said, with 3 work. I said, yes. At the Quick Trip, the one that's like 4.5 minutes by me, that we met it before. He goes, yeah. And what do you guys see? When did you want to meet? They'll say, before I used to try to do the meetup and the play. For the meetup, I used to do the time and the place in the same message, and it's too much. It's better to lock down the time and then the place, or the place and then the time. When did you want to meet? Figuring out the time. With 3 o'clock work, yes, this is a micro step. At the Quick Trip, guys, again, he said 3 o'clock work, yes. At the Quick Trip, 3 words, short, 3rd grade reading level. I'm not sending big paragraphs. Guys, I'm not saying, okay, well, if I could, let's say I'm doing something at 3. I don't say, well, I actually have a doctor's appointment at 3, and then I'm picking up my kids at 3:30, and then I'm getting ice cream at 4, and then I got a group chat at 7, and then I'm doing, they don't care about that, right? That's actually a little bit of ego. When people talk about all the stuff that they have to do and why they're busy, it's actually the ego. They're trying to make themselves seem important. I don't want the customer to think that I'm important. I don't care about any of that. I just want to communicate effectively and good for the customer. With 3 o'clock work, yes. At the Quick Trip, 3 words, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 letters. He goes, yep. And I want you guys to see how smooth it is. It's smooth because I'm micro-stepping. I'm not getting ahead of myself. I'm leading by asking questions. Everything I said is like leading by asking questions. I said, that works. See you then. Now, we run into a little bit of a problem. Which is why I want to share this with you guys. We're going to grab this one. Hey, Aaron, can we just do it around 6? They need me to stay my shift. Thought I was getting away. I said, no worries. Is there any way I could come to like your work? I just have this thing at 6. So I don't want to do 6 because I got something. I could move the other thing around, but I'm like all about being real convenient for me now in the phone flipping thing. I could have came a little bit later, but I wanted to just get it out. I wanted to go to the park and the run. I was supposed to get dinner later. No worries. Is there any way I could come to like your work? I just have this thing at 6. So I'll do this, right? I'm trying to offer a solution. I can't really do 6, but is there any way I could come to your work? And I don't say, how about I come to your work? Soft phrase it. Is there any way I could come to your work? I've had a lot of people, I met them at their work. I got this guy, he was going to his work. He was like a chef at, I think, Red Lobster. And I just went to Red Lobster and bought it from him. There was, he just walked out the front or the back. It was no problem. Then I waited a few minutes, and 15 minutes went by, and I didn't get a response, and usually we go back and forth every minute. Now, this might not have worked for him. So I'm going to take responsibility. I'm going to follow up, and I'm going to say, if not, we can plan for later. I can probably go to the thing a few minutes late. Just let me know. He didn't respond to this, so it sounds like this wasn't going to work for him. So I am following up with him again. Let me know. If I can't come to your work, I totally understand. I could probably go to the thing a few minutes later. Just let me know. I want to get some dialogue, right? I'm not going to sit there and be like, well, I said this, and 3 hours went by. There's no response. Let me be proactive. Let me follow up with him. If this doesn't work, maybe I could go to my thing later. Maybe I could just meet him later that day. The one thing, though, is I'm always pushing is for the meetup right now. I don't want to do later. I don't want to meet up the next day or two, because if anyone here has had a customer where they want to meet you in the next day or two, sometimes it works, but has anyone here had it where you set up a meetup for 2 days later and they flake? There's issues, right? I want to do everything I can. They're hot. He's talking to me now. He's thinking about the money. I want to keep that momentum going. He goes, we can wait because I had something to do at 7 and that will probably make me late because I was supposed to get off. I said, okay, cool. So guys, I got another issue. He said, we can wait. I do not want to wait. If I have to wait, I'll wait. But I'd say about 90% of the time, I can get them to meet me that day. Let me be proactive. Let me take responsibility. Let Aaron try to solve the problem. Okay, cool. Can we meet this evening after whatever you're doing at 7? Maybe he goes, I don't know what he's doing. It might be a half an hour. It might be 3 hours, right? I'm totally happy to meet him later, but I don't want that momentum to die down. He's hot. He's excited. I want to do everything I can to close it. He goes, hey, I'm going to be taking my break at 3:30 so I can meet you around 4. Okay, good. Okay, good. Okay, good. Perfect. Just let me know. Just let me know when you're on the way to the Quick Trip, and I'll head to the Quick Trip. He said, K. He said around 3:30. Now it's 4. I said, did you still want to meet up soon? Because if not, I'm going to take a nap, LOL. Probably didn't need to take a nap. Guys, I wanted to take a nap. I was a little tired. I wanted to take a nap. And then I said, I'm going to go. So this was actually an issue. If I wanted to stay up, I could have stayed up a little bit. I wanted to take a nap. But I should have sent this message either way. Did you still want to meet up soon? I should have sent this message either way. He said he was going to message me around 3:30. It was 4, so I need to follow up. Still want to meet up soon, right? And if I didn't take the nap, what would have happened? He would have said, yeah, I'm still trying to get off work. I'll let you know if I'm able to get off. And I said, all right, sounds good. No worries. I'm here. Take your time. Just let me know. You guys see how I'm staying with him, though? Every 15 minutes, every half an hour, I'm following up. I'm staying like right next to him. I'm there with him. Now, this was almost, I said, hey, I'm going to lay down for a sec, LOL. Just let me know when you're free, and I'm happy to meet you around 6 or this evening, whenever is good for you. Because I'm kind of saying, hey, I'm going to be gone for a sec. So whenever is good for you. Whenever is good for you. Whenever is good for you. And then, guys, I take like a little nap. Whenever you're free, I'm happy to meet you around 6 or this evening, whenever is good for you. Guys, that's for the customer. I see some people and they're like, well, I got this thing at 6 and then I got this thing at 7 and then I got this thing at 8. I got a lot going on. How about we meet up later? Guys, why is that the wrong thing to say? It's not about you, it's about the customer. I'll see some people and we're doing a message negotiation and they'll be like, hey, Can you give me 20 minutes? Can you give me 5 minutes? I'm actually working on another deal right now, and I'll get back with you in 20 minutes. Why is that an absolutely horrible thing to say? Why is that an absolutely horrible thing to say? Because in that scenario, you're making time to message the customer and send them a fucking paragraph, and instead of saying anything that's beneficial to them, all you're coming across is, I'm important, I'm the big shot, I got a big ego, it's about me, I'll message you when I have the time. Guys, it's not about me. It's about the customer. Let me know when you're free, and I'm happy to meet you around 6 or this evening, whenever is good for you. So I'm kind of like making a little inconvenience on my end. I want to take a nap. But I'm then letting them know, even though I'm kind of doing it for me and I want to take a nap, it's about you. Whenever is good for you, I'm happy to meet you at 6, happy to meet you at evening, whenever is good for you. So I take a little nap. What's up? Just let me know when you're free. I can be there in 15 minutes. Sounds good. I'm leaving now. I'll see you in 15 minutes. Then I message him again, and I say I'm here. And then the rest of the convo was, I said, I'm here, LOL. Take your time. I'll see you when you arrive. And then 10 minutes after I sent that message that says, I'm here, take your time, message me when you arrive, I sent him another follow-up message after 10 minutes had gone by. I said, just let me know when you arrive, please. Just let me know when you arrive, please. Could have said, just let me know when you arrive, please, so I can keep a lookout for your car. Anything along the lines of that, but I'm staying with them, right? It's in the beginning, you might not want to be following up as close as we are, but as you move through RWOCM, and especially when you're going for the meetup, and you're working out the meetup, you're working at the time, or especially once you've had the meetup, and it's okay to message them more. It's okay to kind of stay on their butt and follow up with them, and really be locking with them. Really be locking with them. That's not needy. That's you being professional. You guys ever hear Grant Cardone? He'll talk about that he needs to get someone's attention on the phone. So in 3 days, he'll call someone like 8 times. He'll call someone like 8 times in 3 days. He's staying on top of it. He's following up with them. Why does Grant Cardone need to call someone 8 times in 3 days? Because other people have other shit that they're doing. They got other priorities. They got other options. That's a way. That's being professional, letting them know, I want to do business with you. I'm here. Talk to me. I want to do business with you. Not being needy. Why didn't you pick up the first 2 times I called you? Hey, what's going on? So-and-so, right? Grant Cardone. I see that you have that. He actually does some of the stuff I teach at Next Level. He'll do intent. I see you have that apartment complex. Is it still for sale? Yeah, it's still for sale. I'm having issues getting it closed. Listen, you have nothing. I want to buy the apartment complex. I love the price. I love the location. I'm going to get financed on my own. I want to come see it. When can I come see it, right? And then he'll go see it or whatever he does. And then once he gets in the deal, then he'll start negotiating on price because he's got their attention now. They're invested, and then he'll start working on price. He's like showing a lot of intent up front, and he's being persistent. He's doing stuff that we talk about. So that's that. That's the convo. I wanted you guys to see short things leading by asking questions. And with the meetup got a little dicey, but I'm staying on top of it. I'm following up with them, and we got the deal closed, right? He said maybe we could meet up. No, I don't want to meet up later. I want to meet up today. I want to meet up after work. I want to meet up after your thing at 7. I want to meet up before. There'll be times where they're like, oh, I got a thing, and they'll be like, they're getting dinner with their family, and I'll meet them at the restaurant. I've met people they're hanging out at Olive Garden or TGIF, and I will go there and meet them, right? They don't think that I'm willing to inconvenience myself for it. Yes, I am, because I need to get the deal. I want to get the deal right then. I don't want to wait for, 2 days. Let's do it 2 days. You guys know how many things can come up in 2 days at 3 o'clock in the afternoon? They're going to keep the phone. Aunt Nancy's phone just went bad, so they're actually going to give it to Aunt Nancy. So-and-so offer them a little bit more. They were having dinner and talking about how they're selling their phone, and their uncle that's never sold a phone in their life told them that their phone was worth $150 more than what you were going to give them for it. So now because time went by and that idea got planted in their brain, they're going to try to get $150 more for it. Too many fucking problems can come up. I need to get the phone right now. What's the other benefit of me getting the phone right now? I don't have to think about it. It's done. I got the phone. It's sitting right there. I got the phone. It's sitting right there. First of all, I made the money because you buy when you make the money. You just see the profit when you go to sell it. You make the money when you buy the item. You just see the profit when you sell it because you appraise it correctly and you negotiate it correctly. So I know I made the money, right? The money's made. I know I made the money, which makes me feel good. And then I can focus on other stuff. And I can go respond to more leads. Or I can just take time off because I literally work about 20 hours a week now. I was working about 30 hours a week. Now I work about 20 hours a week. So I can do other stuff, right? And I know I got the profit from that. Oh, $170 in profit. Check, 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 check. And that guy had the Apple Watch that I bought for. I need to list that item. It's a cracked one. I bought it for $50. I can put that on eBay, and that should be about $85 in profit. So I know from that one meetup, I'm making about $250 in profit. It's done. I can move on to the next meetup. I can go to the next thing. Sam says Q&A. Yep, let's do 10 minutes of Q&A. And then I'm going to – actually, guys, it's not about me. It's not about me. It's about you. But after the 10 minutes, the group chat will be over, so then we can all go about doing our own thing. So guys, I had to do course correction. You guys know I'm not perfect. I'm not perfect. But see, I can catch myself. I say, okay, I made a little mistake there. I do that with conversations all the time. But I shouldn't have said that. I should have. But I do it, and then I can course correct. I can do things a little bit different, get a little bit better. How are you tracking your sales and profit, Aaron? Just with the bill of sales and then what I sell them for. So I don't I don't have a spreadsheet or anything. So if anyone here asks me like what I made so far this month, I couldn't tell you, but I just kind of keep track in my head. I know on the 5 items that I picked up today, this one, that one, this iPad, that I found another direct buyer just now to buy it. So instead of making like $160, I'm making closer to like, I think $280 or $300 on this. So I just kind of keep track. I'm like, I just did one pickup today. Now that I'm working on other stuff, so I might do more stuff later. Might not, But it's like, all right, I made about $500 a day. Yesterday, I made about $350-ish. So I just kind of keep track in my head. And if I have some good days and I make a couple $1,000s, I might take it easy and go get a massage. And even though I have time to get a massage now, but I might just like really take it easy and not do anything. But I just kind of keep track. I just kind of keep track because I know to make, $100,000 a year, or, I like to make closer to $150,000 a year in profit. That's about $400 a day in profit. So made the $350 yesterday, the $500 just from this. I'm kind of on track. And then if I get kind of too relaxed and, there might be a day I don't pick up anything, I might have another day or two where I only pick up 1 or 2 items, and maybe it's low profit items or they don't have multiple items. I'm like, okay, I need to step it up. And then I kind of have a fire. I kind of just have a standard. I'll kind of have a fire under my butt, and then I'll get some good stuff going. And then by putting in more effort, if I put in effort, I can really move stuff. I can, it's when I'm putting in like max amount of effort, or if I just go on like a spree where I'm just like really moving, it's very common for me to have 1 or 2 days a week where I make like $1,000 or $1,500 in profit. Now, some of this does come from repeat, and it'll be like a combination of repeat and new leads, but it's like I'll step it up and okay, I just made $1,200 a day. That makes up for the last couple days, so that's kind of how I keep track. I don't like have a thing where it's like I don't have like a spreadsheet or anything. There's nothing wrong with having a spreadsheet, but it just kind of like I just kind of keep track in my head. And if it's, let's say I make 130 a year in profit or 180 a year in profit, it's kind of all around there. But I'll just kind of feel it. So I don't have, the best way to keep track, to be honest with you, because it's not like I'm just kind of keeping track in my head, and I kind of know kind of where I'm at. Oh yeah, as far as taxes go, I just have my accountant take care of it. Now what I do is I'll write up all the expenses. So I have all the receipts. Like I got a thing over there with all the expenses. And I actually paid this girl that I know, and she'll come over and she'll add up all the expenses. So it's not like I put like a big box of bill of sale templates on the table of the accountant. She'll add up everything. I just submit it to the accountant. This is how much I made. These are all the expenses. And then these are the other write-offs. I drove, because you can write off miles that you drive. So I drove these many miles for my business. These are all the expenses for, these are, all my shipping supplies were this. And Facebook ads. I paid this much for Facebook ads. So, she added it all up. These are all I spend for the Facebook ads. And I just give it to the account on a piece of paper, and then he does the taxes. And then I always, hey, what else can I write off? Let me write off some more stuff. And then I just keep track, and then I just put everything, and I keep it in, usually I keep it in a few big boxes. Because, you got to keep track of everything. And I just kind of hold on to it, and that's that. But it's like I get everything added up, and I just give a piece of paper. Kevin says, do you still buy from stores? Of course, I love buying from stores. I sure do. I still buy from stores. Stores are great. Stores are great. I love stores. Part of stores is being creative, Like there's this one guy that used to sell to me. He had a store, and I was making not big profits, but it was like $60, $70. And then he started finding direct buyers, like good direct buyers. So now a lot of those items that he gets, he sells to direct buyers. But every now and then, like my direct buyer will pay a little bit more. Or every now and then, there'll be like an item that's like AT&T only clean IMEI. And direct buyers usually don't pay more for that. So this guy that has a store that's probably been selling to me for over a year now. Like I bought a phone from him. I bought an 8 Plus from him. That was AT&T only. I think I paid him like another $5 or $10 from his direct buyer. And we went, I sold it on eBay as AT&T only. He doesn't really know about eBay. He knows about direct buyers, but he doesn't really know about eBay. And I sold it on eBay. And I only made $45. I was planning to make $50, but it was $45. But it was $45, it's still it's not the minimum. My minimum's 50. My minimum's 50 with stores, but it was still okay. I appraised it $5 off. But drive 5 minutes to the gas station. I drive 5 minutes back. I list it. I ship it. It should be $50. But that's that. Usually from stores, I'm aiming to make more. But yeah, something comes through, so it's nice. It's nice. What did I pay for the Pro? The 11, the sealed one, I paid $500. That was through a partner, though. I have someone, and this person will do the reach out method on my behalf, and whatever the difference is of what I offer, they will take. So they got it for $450. I paid $500 for it, and then Zellphone's buying them for $610, but I think I got to buy a guy that's going to pay a little bit more. So $100 plus profit on that. Sam says, is it okay to say I'm available between 1 and 6 today? What time works best for you? So if I were to say that, Sam, I would say I'm free today between 1 and 6, or I'm available between 1 and 6 today. Is there any time in there that works good for you? That way it's a little bit softer. That way, if they can't, then they get off work at 8. If they can't do 8, it's easier for them, or they can't do that, it's easier for them to say. With 3 p.m. work for you? So that's kind of how I'd word it. Or a lot of times when I'm going for the meetup, if they don't suggest a time, I'd be like, is there a certain time? Is there a certain time you want to meet? If I can meet now, I'll say, is there any way you can meet now? Because a lot of people can meet now. Not all the times, but there's a good percentage of people that can meet now. And then what am I doing? I'm pushing for the meetup now. So maybe they were going to go home and watch Netflix, but I say, can you meet now? I'm kind of putting my intent out there that I want to meet now. Maybe I could meet now. Yeah, that might work. And then I kind of put their mind on wanting to meet now. I'm kind of directing them. And then if not, because I soft phrased it, no worries. Is there a certain time today that works good for you? Well, I got the kids and the dinner and the this and the this. All right. When you get done with all that, would you have a couple minutes to meet? Yeah. So you said you'll be done with everything around 8:30. So you want to plan to meet around 8:45, 9? Yeah. Sounds good. There's a quick trip so-and-so. Can we meet there? Ah, too far from me. No worries. What area are you in? I'm in South County. There is the Applebee's in the middle of us. On Manchester and so-and-so, and I send the address. Is there any way we can meet there? Yeah, that works. Is there any way we can meet there because it's the middle of us? Yeah. All right, sounds good. All right, sounds good. If you would, just send me a message when you're on your way to the Applebee's, just because I'm about 20 minutes away, and then I'll head that way. All right, sounds good. And then sometimes they'll message me, sometimes it's getting close, and I'll follow up with them. Hey, what's going on? I don't even say what's going on. Hey, comma, you still run a want to meet around 9 o'clock at the Applebee's? Well, something came up. I'm running a few minutes late. No worries. Or maybe they say, I'm running about 20, 30 minutes late. No worries. You want to shoot for 9:30 then? Yeah, 9:30 works. All right, I'll see you then. And then I would text them at 9 when I'm on my way because I'm always following up. Hey, just letting you know I'm leaving now. GPS says I'll be there at 9:22. Them, okay, sounds good. I'm on my way there as now. I'll be there around 9:25. Done deal. Or maybe they don't respond. So I say, hey, just letting you know I'm on my way now. GPS says I'll be there at 9:22. 3 minutes go by. Does that still work for you? Question mark. Yeah, sorry about that. I just put the groceries away. I'm actually hopping in the car now, and I'll be there right at 9:30. Perfect, right? Following up. How? Asking questions. I'm asking questions. I'm working out the small micro details. Kobe says, what would you do if your competition wasn't next level and they consistently steal your ads and post the exact same as you daily? I wouldn't do anything. Because if they're posting the same ads, then they're probably getting about half the leads that I'm getting. I'd try to post more leads, is what I'd probably do. I'd try to post more leads. I'd use other platforms. Like if I'm using OfferUp, I want to make sure I'm having multiple accounts. But it's like if we go to Craigslist, David, one of my good friends, he's in Next Level. He lives about 12 minutes from me. And he pretty much posts the same ads that I do. And he pretty much posts them the same because he's just using the templates at Next Level. He's not posting like the exact same every single time, but they're pretty identical because it's the same stuff. So he's getting phones, and I'm getting phones. You could ask them to stop, if it aggravated you, but there's they don't have to stop. And in my experience, it doesn't affect business at all. People use my images all the time. People at Next Level, people that aren't in Next Level, they just use it. Other random people I don't even know, they just use the images, and it doesn't affect it. It's just an ad. It's just an ad that they're posting that's getting them leads. Now, if it was the same as you, I could see where that might aggravate you a little bit. But as far as business goes and making money, they're just going to get some leads from it. So I would just make sure that I'm consistently posting more. I don't even know more. Because if I got 3 let goes in 3 marketplaces and I'm getting Craigslist up and I'm doing paid ads, it's the other thing, of course, we talk about is paid ads. Deal flow should be good. So if they're stealing the same images that you're using, they'll get leads. They'll get deals. But I don't know, it just wouldn't bother me. It might bother you. I'm not saying it shouldn't bother you. I just know it won't bother me because I know that I'm going to be consistently closing deals regardless. And as long as I'm making a few $100s a day in profit, I don't really worry about anything as far as business goes. And I know like even in St. Louis, like St. Louis has got a couple million people in the metropolitan area. And there's maybe 20, 25 people doing this. I know out of that, a small percent are being serious. And there's there's just so many items. Like it just like MacBooks. I haven't even gotten around to MacBooks yet. I need to be advertising for MacBooks. I'm just kind of hitting my profit and I'm happy with it. Like you guys see the biggest ones, Kobe and I forgot who else, the biggest profits were made on MacBooks that we saw. I should be going after MacBooks. I'm sure if I went after MacBooks, I could be easily making another $1,000 a week. I just like working 20, 25 hours a week, making six figures, and doing whatever I want to do. I woke up today at 2:45. I don't know. Kobe says it's fair game. I do it back. After time, Kobe, what will happen is you just won't care about that stuff. I used to see competitors come in to the market, and they wouldn't even use my ads, and their ads would suck, and I'd be so nervous because I'm like, fuck, there's a new competitor, I'm going to lose deals. And the competitor would come in and they'd go out, and the new competitor would come in and some would stick. And after a while, just from me proving to myself with the numbers, I realized that it doesn't affect the business at all. I would be nervous as hell, Kobe. I'd be nervous. I mean, I'd have anxiety. I'm like, fuck, is my business done? What's going on? But you just do it for a year. Be real consistent for a year. A lot of these anxieties we have will go away. Like, I don't know. It's just like, I just don't care about so much stuff right now. I do. I have anxiety about, and I worry about other stuff, but just with like the phone flipping thing, I've proven to myself every fucking day that I can get ads a stick, that accounts can get banned and I can get past that I can have multiple people flake and I can still recover from that. You guys know how it is. Someone flakes and I get worried that I'm never going to close another deal for the rest of my life. That's how I would think. I would drive there, they would flake, and I'm like, fuck, I'm never going to buy another phone. And I would hop over and I would start looking for jobs. That's what I would do. I would go home and I'd start looking for jobs. But later that day or a day or two later, I'm picking up more items. And it was around the time when something just happened inside of me. It was around where I was doing this for about a year and a half where that fear went away. Like I had this fear where like I would wake up and my biggest fear would be I would never be able to get another phone. And I had that fear every day of strong anxiety for about a year and a half. And after that year and a half, I think just from proving to myself every single day that this works, like one day it just like went away. And it stayed away. And I never have that fear anymore. Like I can feel it. And there's a difference between me saying you can feel it and you hearing me and you having the anxiety and the nervousness and the uncomfortableness and you going out there and taking action every day for however long it takes and that fear fully dissolving inside of you. There's a big difference. I want you to experience it dissolving inside of you. And you do it by just going the course, right? And then you just with anything, it's just solving problems. Solving problems. The essence of being successful is massive amount of consistent action over a period of time and solving enough problems. Because once enough problems are solved, you're just doing the same stuff. If you guys hung out with me, I'm just doing the same stuff. I'm just doing the same shit. It wouldn't be that fun. It might be kind of, I'm hanging out with Aaron, right? He really does only shower once a week. That's kind of cool. No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding. But it would be, you would see I'm just doing the same stuff. And you would see that I get nervous. And I have fears. And I always have doubts. But I just make myself do it anyway. I always have doubts. I went clubbing. I went clubbing on Saturday. I've been clubbing for a while. And I go clubbing to talk to girls. So what happens? I go to the club and I know, Aaron, you need to approach the fucking girls. The girls, you need to, I'm nervous about approaching the girls, but I just do it. And I'm like, I know that I need to approach the first cute group of girls that I see to build momentum. So I had this in my head. Fuck, okay, club, walking to the club. Two girls that were very cute, walk right over, I start talking. Do I want to talk? No. Do I want to approach them? No, it's just what I got to do to try to get the results that I want. That's how this works. A good guy to listen to is David Goggins on YouTube. David Goggins. He talks about just like disciplining yourself and doing things that you don't want to do. David Goggins, very, 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 very good. Doing things, and then you just kind of get yourself to do it over and over and over again. And it's like you build like a discipline muscle. Because as you guys know, there's people in the entrepreneur space that want to sell you a program that lie to you. And they say, oh, making money is easy, and there's nothing you have to worry about, and you're never going to have any problems, and just buy my program for $2,000 and life's great. Yeah, but they're lying because they're trying to sell you some shit. Because if they said, hey, listen, you can make money doing this, but it's going to be fucking hard. You're going to run the problems. You're going to have all these self-doubts. And that's how it's going to be for a long time. Now, after a while, you could eventually get past all that, but that's how it's going to be. He wouldn't sell as many programs. I'm not here to lie to you guys. I also don't have anything to sell you guys. Okay? I mean, I guess I sell nothing, but you guys are in next level. I don't have anything to sell you guys. So I just rather give you guys the truth so you have everything you need to hopefully go out there and make as much money as you can with the phone flipping business. All right, guys, I gotta get going. It's great. I don't have to get going, guys. I'm just ending the group chat. I'm hungry. But it was great hanging out with you guys as always. It was great seeing some of the newer people that are hopping on. That I see, and then some of the older veterans that we have. So good seeing you guys as always. Levinsky G. Hopefully I said your name right. If I didn't, I apologize. I do mispronounce names, but it's good seeing you on here again. And then good seeing all the other familiar faces that have been on here for a while.